borrow this?
Mud wall!
Alright, today I'm going to show you guys the best demon farming location in DemonFall. So we're going to start off at the main village right here. I think you guys all know this village. And we're going to start off at the soup shop right here. And we're going to run down this path basically. So you guys do need 100 coins for this, because we are going to fast travel to the village that we're going to farm at. So it's going to be called the Kamakura village, I think. So let's see here. We're going to talk to this guy. Yeah, Kamakura village. So we're going to fast travel there. You guys do need 100 coins for that. So if you guys do not have 100 coins, make sure you guys farm trinkets and get 100 coins. So once we made it here, we're basically going to spawn at this guy right here, guys. And what you guys want to do is basically come over here, okay? We're going to run through this little like tunnel area. And basically we're going to jump down here, okay? We're going to jump down. Alright. And as you guys can see, there's one demon already over here, okay? There's a demon right here, guys. I think that's a demon. Let's see. So there is a demon right here, guys. So you guys can basically, the best spot to farm them though is to come all the way down here, okay? So I am gonna jump down, break my fall, and the demon does chase me down. So yeah, the best location is to come down here, guys. Okay? And if you guys do want to break your fall, just make sure you guys like dash, like press Q before you guys hit the ground, like, and make sure you guys lean against the rock. So as you guys can see, there's already one dude farming here, but as you guys can see, there's one demon here and there's a couple demons over here. So some people might know this location, but in some servers they're pretty empty. If you guys want to farm demons fast, make sure you guys do come down here. There's a 100% chance that the demons do spawn. They might take like 5 minutes to respawn sometimes, depending on how fast you kill them. But yeah, man, that shouldn't be a problem, and you should have plenty of demons to kill, even if there's people down here. Like as you guys can see, right now there's people over there. There's a dude right there, and I already have 2 demons on me. So this is already better than farming out in like the forest or something where there's like no demons there. But yeah, guys, this is the best demon farming location. If I helped you guys out this video, man, make sure you guys do like this video and subscribe, man, and also leave a like. But yeah, make sure you guys do comment down in the comment section if you guys are enjoying this game so far. I think it's like day 3 of release right now. So yeah, man, this game is pretty hype so far, and yeah, man, I'm enjoying it a lot. But yeah, guys, that's all for this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace. Alright, today I'm going to show you guys the best demon farming location in DemonFall. So we're going to start off at the main village right here. I think you guys all know this village. And we're going to start... Yeah, Kamakura village. So we're going to fast... Okay. We're gonna run through this. Through this little like tunnel area. And basically we're gonna jump down here, okay? We're gonna jump down. Alright. And as you guys can see, there's one demon already over.
because we do have our 6 move and we can use it here to probably finish him off if you use it right. Yes, Sirski. We're gonna use it again here. We're gonna use it again. Yup, double. Alright, in today's video I'm going to show you guys the absolute fastest way to level up in DemonFall, and this will get you to level 50 in a really short amount of time. So yeah guys, make sure to watch this whole video till the end because this method is really good. Aren't subscribed, make sure to subscribe, and if you're already subscribed, just share the channel with your friends. But without further ado, let's get into it. Alright guys, now I'm going to show you the absolute fastest way of leveling up in this game. And guys, you're going to need a few things, but do not worry, even a noob, anyone can use this to join other in a bit. Alright, so when you have both of those things downloaded, make sure you're on. You guys will just need to join the Discord and go to the help request, which should be right here. Yep, right here. This is the thing I'm in help request, and I'm gonna show you guys what we need to do. So what we basically need to do here is wait for someone to say hi, and they're gonna give the username, and then we copy and paste the username here, and then we press this button and it should teleport us. Alright guys, when you find someone with a Kaigaku, just copy and paste their username like right here, and let's go. We did find a server, and this is a dub because let's go. And now we're gonna go in the server, and I'm pretty sure this is where Kaigaku spawns. So all we gotta do is just get in the game real quick, and I think we got in. Where's Kaigaku? Yep, the Kaigaku spawn, guys. It's simple as that. And now you guys, like all the players who don't know how much XP Kaigaku is, I'm gonna show you guys. I'm pretty sure he gives you 6k. So right now, what level am I? Currently I'm level 30, and we're gonna see how much killing Kaigaku gives us. Alright guys, once you guys make your way to Kaigaku, all y'all gotta do is fight him. And if you're like really bad at the game, I just recommend just staying to the side, because you will get his XP even if you're to the side. Just make sure you can see his health bar up top. But yo, shout out to everyone who remembers that I do have insect bleeding from my last video, which was Noob to Shinobu. So yeah, make sure to go watch that video. But anyways, we're gonna be back after we kill Kaigaku. Alright everyone, the boss is almost defeated, and I want to remind you guys that I'm at level 30 right now. So make sure to have that in mind, because we're gonna see what level we can get to after defeating the Kaigaku boss. Alright guys, it's about to die. Kaigaku, they're about to kill Kaigaku. I think he won, and I think he died. And let's see how much XP we got. I think we got a lot from that, right? And let's see. Yeah, we literally got 2 levels from that, and that for like literally level 30 is really good. So if you guys are like new to the game, you'll probably get like a lot more levels, because 6,000 XP, it gives you exactly 6,000 XP is a lot. And guys, I didn't really have to fight it. All I did was just stand to the side and went in when I had to attack with my abilities. But other than that, I just stood to the side because there are so many players. So if you're a new player, this method is really good for you. Alright guys, to end the video off, I'm going to give you some Kaigaku farming tips that is from their own Discord. This is them. So some Kaigaku farming tips that they said in their Discord, what do you call it, DemonFall main Discord. Use block search to join users you find here quickly. Yep, that's the thing we use. Most Kaigaku servers will be full when you join. I recommend waiting 15 to 25 attempts for a single spot to open in a server you're joining, then keep moving on. It is taking too long. Some Kaigaku servers kick people who were gripped opening a slot to join, but be careful, as if you're not one of them, you will lose money upon dying as well. So be careful. If you find a Kaigaku in your server, specify whether it is day or night, as well as helpful for demons. Yet of course, occasionally you may see a bunch of people that say that Kaigaku is in their server in a short time of playing. There are some times during the day in which this occurs, but I don't know the exact times, as it seems kind of random. Just keep on the lookout in this tab for Kaigaku. So yeah guys, make sure to just do that, and make sure to use this main game ID. I always use this one, but y'all can try the 50912. But yeah, basically that's it for today's video guys. Make sure to subscribe and share the channel with your friends, and make sure to go watch my DemonFall videos on the channel. I have tons of them. But anyways, peace. Alright, in today's video, we're going from noob to moon breathing in DemonFall. And I know most of y'all are wondering right now, Red, haven't you already done moon breathing? Well, the thing is, they have changed moon breathing's requirement in DemonFall. Plus, they changed a lot of stuff about moon breathing. They actually kind of reworked the breathing itself. Some of the moves got buffed, some of the moves got nerfed. So we're just gonna be checking it out. And I've just gotten like a million requests, okay? I read all you guys' comments and legit, I swear, every video I do, right? You can go check in the past few videos. Everybody's been asking for a moon breathing video. So yeah, guys, today's video we're gonna do moon breathing. Make sure to like and subscribe with all notifications on if you guys want to keep on seeing me doing more and more DemonFall content. We're on a road to 200k, and the like goal for this video will be 9,000 likes, because this is like one of the most anticipated and most requested videos on my channel. So make sure to hit that like button if you guys want me to keep on making more and more high quality content. One last thing, make sure to use the star code REDWEEZ when buying Robux. And without further ado, let's get into it.
Water, breathing. We out here slaying these demons, huh? I could've once and I'm seven my hip, don't make me unsheathed, huh? Bitch nigga, we undefeated. I put a hole in the square like a cheese it. These niggas born, they sweating they.
Alright, boys and girls, now that we're in the game, first of all, we gotta try to look like Coco Shibo. And I think that's the closest I can get to Coco Shibo. So yeah, we're just gonna rock with that right there. We can't get the 6 eyes. I'm pretty sure for the 6 eyes, you need the Coco Shibo blood. And for that, you can't trade it anymore. I'm pretty sure they made it so you can't trade it, which is a big risk. So you have to grind for it. But we kind of do look like Coco Shibo, and we got the Coco Shibo here, which is number 60. And you guys do need the hair DLC pass to get the hair. This is super cool. But yeah, now we're gonna go in the game, and also we're gonna use the Commodore gun, and we're just gonna go in the game. So let's go. All right, boys and girls, now that we're in the game, I'm not gonna lie, we look more like Luigi, especially because we have that mark. But don't worry, we will become a moon breather. And obviously, this is Coco Shibo's hair, as you guys can see. And unfortunately, we do not have any game passes on this account, so no Hiyori for your what do you call it, Michikatsu or Coco Shibo. But yeah, we're just gonna do the usual and go kill Charles. All right, here we are. As usual, this family is dead. I'm not gonna lie, I don't even know what family this is, bro. We keep seeing this family over and over again for all the different slayers, for Shinobu, for Giyu, for Zenitsu, for Kamado, for everyone, bro. But what we gotta do now is go get the sword and literally kill Charles. And in today's video, right, I'm gonna show you guys how to get the new moon breathing, because moon breathing did get like a change to how to get it, because they've changed how to get it now. It's not like the same as it used to be. But here we go, we're gonna kill Charles. So just keep M1ing this dude. Come on, come on, come on. We can kill this dude. Come on, just die, my boy. You ain't worth it anymore. You ain't worth it anymore. I'm gonna try my heavy attack. Yes, sir. Bro, this looks funny though. I'm not gonna lie, like this hair is probably my favorite hair in the game. It just looks very cleanish. But anyways, here we go. This should be like one of the last 2 hits, right? And yep, he's dead. There we go. Damn, bro, Charles keeps dying. And yo, he's laying next to, I think that's supposed to be my sister or something. But hey, goodbye, my boy Charles. It's been fun knowing you. GG's, my boy. GG's. All right, boys and girls, here we are at the uncle. And bro, yes, Sirski, he's always just gonna axe us. We're just gonna try to avoid this dude as much as we can. And bro, dude, we actually look pretty drippy, I'm not gonna lie. But anyways, we do have the dance of the fire god, but we're gonna go talk to him and I'll be right back. All right, boys and girls, we finished up talking to this dude. He literally gave us 200, but now I'm excited because I'm gonna show you all how to get moon breathing, because I know a lot of you are confused right now. You're like, hey Red, how do you get moon breathing and everything? Hey yo, do not worry, I got you all. Okay, I'm gonna show you all how to get moon breathing. All right, so here we are at Hayaka, and we're gonna talk to her. But as like we talk to her, I'm gonna tell you guys what you need for moon breathing. So if you guys do not know, right, in the new update, like before the new update, what you needed was prestige 1 and level 50 to get hybrid, and you guys have to be hybrid to get moon breathing. But now in the new update, right, you guys don't actually need to be prestige 1, so you guys can be literally level prestige 0, level 50, and you can get hybrid. And the thing is, right, in the old update, when you get hybrid, right, you lose 25% or like half of your level. So if you were level 50, right, which you should be for hybrid, you're gonna go back down to half of that level, which is 25. And in the old update, listen carefully, in the old update, it will let you have moon breathing at level 25 when you go talk to Coco Shibo again. But now you're gonna have to get to level 50 before talking to Coco Shibo again, or he won't give you moon breathing. Which hey, I mean, I'm not a big fan of that change, but hey, I mean, it is what it is. It just made moon breathing really hard to get, kind of, because you don't have to prestige anymore. But yeah, you don't have to like prestige anymore, so that's, I guess, a dub. But I think we're almost done talking to her. I have not been paying attention to this dialogue at all. Basically, we have to take the final selection, and for my old moon breathing video, right? We kind of got Tokido. We got Tokido's breathing first, which is misbreathing, and we won't get other breathing. Okay, we're gonna go straight up and just go get the one and only moon breathing and take the Slayer exam, then storyline with it. So for hybrid, right? There's a requirement you guys need. You guys need 5 of Muzan's blood, which is right here. And if you guys want to know how to get Muzan's blood, you guys actually need to either grind yen, right? Go around the map, grind yen, and come to this dude. This guy has a 20% chance of dropping a Muzan blood. So if you guys talk to him, you guys have a chance of getting it. But in my opinion, this isn't more reliable. There's actually a reliable way. If you guys want to get Muzan's, right? I'll leave the link to my Discord in the description. Go to it. There's actually a trading hub too. So if you guys find perfect crystals around the map, right? The things you sell for yen, you can actually trade people for that. Yeah, people will actually buy your perfect crystals with Muzan bloods. I'm pretty sure for one perfect crystal, it's like 2 Muzans or 1 to 2 Muzans. It just depends on your buyer. And secondly, we're gonna be doing a lot of giveaways on my Discord, so just make sure to join up. But anyways, I'm gonna go and get myself 5 Muzans from my ult account, so I'll be right back. All right, boys and girls, now that we have gotten the 5 Muzan bloods from my ult account and we're literally just stacked up and ready to go, that's all we need. Come back to the main spawn of Hivakawa village. This is the main spawn, and just follow my direction. Okay, just go look at the thing and just take a left and just follow me. Okay, follow my character. I'm gonna speed this up, so yeah, just keep following me.
Demonized him in another country was an almost terrifying thought to the young Uchiha. I'm sorry to hear that. Kakashi said. It is fine, you had nothing to do with it. That's awful. Does that kind of thing happen often in the ninja world? Tsunami asked. No, but nations and kidnappings of those who hold Kekkei Genkai are common. They're powerful and dangerous enemies. Kakashi said. I trust you'll keep quiet.
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is the story about Naruto. What if Naruto was descendant of God? Part 1, 13K special. Hope you'll enjoy this video. So before we start, please do support for more awesome content, and also hit the subscribe button and share this video with your friends, and also support the creator of this fanfic. I have created many playlists, check it out in the channel. So let's start the video. Konohagakure no Sato. 10th of October. The autumn's night was filled with cries of pain and suffering, the smell of death strong in the air, and sounds of ruin ruled the night. Tonight was the most devastating day for Konoha, for it had come under the attack of the most powerful and dangerous of tailed beasts, Kyuubi, or nine-tailed fox. Unleashed upon the village from his confinement by a malicious person that sought to bring ruin to this village, Nine Tails had caused an unprecedented amount of damage to the village, leveling entire swaths of it by mere roaring. Nearly all of Konoha's shinobi rose up and answered the call of duty, striking at the beast with all their might and power, yet it all seemed to do nothing but irritate the beast even more. And the angrier he grew, more and more of loyal sons and daughters of Konoha fell to him, the tally already reaching past hundreds, and now several thousands of shinobi had served their lives to this beast of calamity. And all this time, the beast was under the control of the man that had unsealed him, the one who attacked Kushina Uzumaki just as she gave birth to her triplets and was trying to kill Minato Namikaze, the 4th Hokage and husband to Kushina. The two seemed evenly matched for some time, yet victory ultimately was claimed by Minato, who managed to sever the connection between Kyuubi and this man, who claimed to be Madara Uchiha himself. Once it was done, however, Fox regained his freedom at last, and it was set to not be imprisoned again by anyone. And with greater than before rage and power, it began to destroy Konoha, and in mere minutes it achieved more than he had done under the control of Madara. Shinobi were already losing hope and fighting out simple stubbornness to surrender when Minato had managed to intervene and teleport the beast away, saving his village and his people. But merely relocating Nine Tails was not enough, because now there was an even more dangerous task ahead of him: resealing that creature. For that very purpose he teleported to the site with his exhausted wife Kushina and their children, Natsu, Narumi, and Naruto. He already made his decision to have the Nine Tails split into 2 parts and sealed into his 2 eldest, Natsu and Narumi, believing that the 2 will be able to handle the beast's power. He didn't know if Kushina would be able to handle the resealing, since the childbirth was extremely difficult and had nearly cost her life, especially with Naruto. He needed to act, and act now, as Ninetales was regaining his bearings. Kushina, I must seal the beast again. Please, lend me your strength, hold him at bay. Minato asked Kushina, with her crying out of pain, with golden chains shooting out from her back and restraining the beast. That's it, Kushina. Now just hold him. Minato, I can't, Kushina wheezed out before she fell down and lost consciousness, her chains dispelled the very next instant. Kyuubi roared and already began to storm towards Minato and Kushina, intent on killing them with their children. Minato already prepared to teleport his family out of here when he heard soft feet land near him, forcing him to look to his left, widening his eyes in surprise. There stood a tall, beautiful woman with long mane of dark red hair, dressed in red and black garments, with a long tachi sword strapped to her hip. She gazed with her crimson eyes at the beast before the shape of her iris changed into that of Sharingan, and then it was activated, immediately stopping the beast in its tracks and literally freezing him in his place. Minato breathed out the name of the woman. Tomo? Minato could hardly believe his eyes, with the woman not even sparing him a glance, far too concentrated on containing the beast. How did you? Does it matter, right now? You wanted to seal that beast back, then get to it, Minato. It takes all my effort just to maintain my jutsu on him, so hurry up. Tomo practically snarled at him as her right eye bled and she felt the pressure from maintaining her ability. Yes, thank you, Tomo. Minato thanked her and heavens for this opportunity as he quickly went ahead and performed the needed hand signs. Reaper Death Seal. Tomo had nearly turned her head to Minato when she heard him, but restrained herself. The very next moment, the air grew cold and heavy, as if death itself had appeared here, and both of them knew that it was true, with Minato witnessing Shinigami firsthand. Mortal, for what purpose did you call upon me in this realm? The Shinigami spoke to Minato in a chilling cold tone and voice. I summon you to have the 9 tails divided in 2, and his halves sealed into my eldest children, Natsu and Narumi. Minato spoke to it, with Shinigami seemingly unmoved by his plight. Please, I beg of you. The fate of my village and all of my people is at stake. I care not for them, mortal, but I will do what you ask. Shinigami spoke and went to work. With his ethereal blade, Reaper divided the frozen beast before grasping both of the souls with his hands. The moment it happened, Tomo had released her ability and dropped to the ground, painting and breathing heavily, her nostrils filled with blood that rushed out and whole body going numb from the stress, yet her will maintains her awake as she watched the 2 halves of Kyuubi being sealed in the children. Shinigami finished his work quickly and then turned to Minato, prepared to claim his prize. I've done your bidding, now you will pay for summoning me. Shinigami spoke, as a matter of fact, and began to reach for Minato. However, the moment when Shinigami was supposed to grab Minato's soul, something completely unexpected happened. Shinigami, the god of death and one to claim all souls, couldn't grasp Minato, who didn't even know what was happening. It was only a second later that Shinigami spoke up, his harsh voice now filled with disdain and rage. How dare you, mortal, to deny me my rightful prize? You think that tricking death personified will not go unpunished? Shinigami roared at Minato, who flinched and took a step back out of fear. You may have substituted your soul with someone else's in the past, but that doesn't mean I will let this slight stand. You wished for your eldest to have the beast's power, and now you will have your youngest pay for the crime against me. The ghostly hand shot towards the crying Naruto, grasping him. No. Minato tried to stop the Shinigami, but was unable, as he was frozen in place. Shinigami reached for the child's soul and was prepared to take it for himself right away, but another thought crossed his mind, born out of malice and anger. Instead of claiming the child right away, he shall make this mortal suffer and watch as his child is taken by death, piece by piece, while he is unable to do anything. Shinigami grasps Naruto's soul and brands it, immediately putting a stop to Naruto's cries as a small piece of the child's soul is taken by Shinigami as an appetizer. Once he has done so, he turns to struggling Minato and speaks once more. For your gall and disrespect of this ritual, you and your wife shall watch as this child pays for your crime. Day by day, his soul and all of his being shall be consumed by me, and soon, before long, all that there will be left of your youngest is an empty husk, as his soul is sent to Yomi to be served on the platter before me and my brothers. That is your punishment, mortal. And with that said, Shinigami had dispelled himself out of this world. In that moment, Tomo saw how Minato dashed towards his children, checking first on his eldest, and only then going to his silent youngest, grasping for him, and shaking his hand away. Tomo knew not what had transpired between Minato and Shinigami, but she understood that whatever had happened, Naruto was now the one paying the price for dabbling with powers beyond men's control. It was only then that she had allowed herself to be taken by weakness and fell, closing her eyes. Unknown to all mortals, Biduru, and even Shinigami, there was one more spectator of this event, one that paid extreme attention to what had transpired. For millennia, he had watched mortals witness their cycle of endless destruction, carnage, and suffering, and brought about by shinobi, and their wars, fueled by greed, ambitions, and hatred. He saw how his very own children, and their descendants, the Uzumaki, were made part of that cycle, and were consumed by trying to break out of it. His people, their homes, and land all was now ruined and dust, and those that remained were little more than shades of the past, fading away as the dawn rose and bringing about the death of his civilization. For millennia he watched, and now, witnessing how the last flicker of hope for his people is now destined to be snuffed out, he breaks his watch. He has had it with the universe taking away all he cherished. He was going to retaliate against it, and to do this, he shall do what even beings like him would dare not to. He shall go to Yomi and seek out the one who commands these Shinigami. 6 days later. Konoha's hospital. Well, it looks like your blood pressure is normal, and all of the other tests show that you are free to go home, Tomo. Tsunade Senju spoke as she looked at the file, while Tomo had breathed before starting to dress up in her usual garments. However, I would like to remind you that because of your prolonged usage of your Sharingan and seeing the condition it has left you in, I have sent the report to Hokage. You know what that means, don't you? You don't have to tell me, Tsunade. I long realized that my days as a shinobi were coming to an end. Tomo said with some resignation in her voice as she pulled up her jacket. How bad did it progress this time? Not as much as I had feared, and more than I actually hoped. Tsunade admitted. You should be fine to utilize chakra and most jutsu, even genjutsu, but any utilization of Sharingan, not to mention Manjutsu, and the prognosis isn't looking great. You were still good to go 6 days ago, before the attack, but now let's just say that you are at the limit of your allowed health. Use Sharingan or even activate it, and then it'll probably be it for you. Tsunade told Tomo, who fastened her sword on her hip. Tomo simply nodded to her, grateful that she didn't lie to her, and understanding that she was right. She herself had been about it for a long time now, ever since the war had ended, and she was left with nothing but emptiness and void, as well as regrets, sorrow, and pain that still lingered in her heart. At least in war she was able to quell her sorrows by drowning them in sounds of battle and death, where she earned her nicknames of Devil of Konoha and Death Queen of Konoha. And those two were just the most famous titles by which enemies of Konoha, and what few friends she had knew Tomo Uchiha, one of the most dangerous and deadly shinobi on the face of earth, and a recognized strongest Uchiha in village. Widely believed to be an equal in power and skills to Madara Uchiha in his prime, there are very few who would want to make an enemy out of one Kunoichi that made Kushina Uzumaki, her former teammate and rival, look weak by comparison. Yet, for all her power, accomplishments on the battlefield, and her service record to Konoha that rivaled that of Minato and Kushina combined, Tomo wasn't as fortunate in life as were former teammate and the man that she once loved and now was married to that said teammate. She was born to Yumiko Uchiha and Raikou Senju, the only son of second Hokage Tobirama Senju, from whom she inherited her innate abilities and strong chakra. However, unlike Tsunade and her brother Nawaki, Tomo was born out of wedlock and therefore wasn't recognized as part of the clan, while Uchiha clan wanted nothing to do with the bastard child of second Hokage. Add to that her mother dying a few days later due to childbirth complications, and her father being murdered on the mission by the third Raikage, Tomo was left alone in this world just a few days after coming to this world. Both Senju and Uchiha wanted to be rid of the child, whom they viewed with contempt and disdain, but before anyone even dared to take a step towards her, Mito Uzumaki, Mito's first Hokage, stepped in and took Tomo as her own. She didn't listen to anyone when they demanded. She left the girl alone, and when she started hearing threats being made to her, she silenced everyone that even dared to look funny towards Tomo. First intimacy of Nine Tails was a woman of formidable character, one that not even Hashirama and Tobirama dared to challenge, and other Senju clansmen had to remain silent. Mito raised Tomo as if she were her own daughter, and to this day Tomo remembers Mito only, as a loving daughter would remember her caring mother. Aside from teaching Tomo secrets to the arts of shinobi and developing her natural skills in elements and swordsmanship, Mito passed on to Tomo her knowledge of sealing arts, something that was only shared among the Uzumaki. Before her passing, Tomo had managed to master most of what Mito had given to her, making her one of the best masters of sealing arts in existence. A natural genius, raised in the ways of Senju, with powers of Uchiha and knowledge of Uzumaki, Tomo was practically destined for greatness, yet all she wished was to stay by her mother's side. Unfortunately for her, that wasn't to come, as when Kushina arrived at the village, the Nine Tails was sealed in her, with Mito now being on the brink of death. The last moment of Mito was spent with her daughter, calming her and telling her how happy she was to have such a wonderful daughter. Mito passed away in Tomo's embrace, and since then, Tomo was left alone again. Uzumaki Princess had made a will in which she named Tomo as her heiress and made sure that everything that Mito owned, including her great library, was left with Tomo. However, the village and third Hokage refused to grant that last request of a woman that had given her entire life to this village, and so they've decided to divide it between Tomo, Kushina, and village itself, or more appropriately, greedy counselors and Hokage that wished to get their hands on what Mito owned. To this day Tomo hadn't forgiven them for this slight, while Kushina hadn't forgiven Tomo for what she considered to be theft of what was rightfully hers. It is safe to say that their relations were never amicable past that point. Years followed after Mito's death, and, as the new war came, so did Tomo Kushina and realized herself as a great warrior and shinobi. Her exploits rivaled those of Minato, and where he was simply hated, he was feared. Having quickly progressed through the ranks of shinobi, becoming a genin at 10, chunin at 12, and jonin at 15, with her feats growing in merit and greatness. But it wasn't fame or glory that Tomo sought, but affections of Minato Namikaze, a boy and later man that had captured her heart very early on. She had tried to win his affections, but when she saw that he didn't view her as she did him and that he was in love with Kushina, Tomo decided to not stand in their way, even if it was very painful for her. She was almost starting to come to terms with her decision when one day, some 3 years ago, Minato actually came to her, looking worse for wear. She knew that Kushina was temperamental and that it could be exhausting handling her, and Tomo honestly didn't even know how Minato handled her when she could barely stand her. That day the two had a really big fight. Tomo didn't know all the details, but it was clear that it was serious enough to make Minato leave Kushina that night and seek her out. Young Uchiha didn't even know how it came to be. That night she and Minato did something for which he was remorseful the next morning. While that was the best night Tomo had, her hopes and excitement were crushed when Minato had left her without as much as a good enough apology. She realized that to him, she was just a stress reliever, someone to help vent out frustrations, and it made Tomo feel sick, and she would come to wish that this was the only feeling she would have left after him. As it turned out, Minato left Tomo with something she didn't expect when a few weeks later she discovered that she was pregnant. Shocked and confused, unable to fully understand what she should do, Tomo went to Minato and told him about her pregnancy. It was clear that he wasn't ready for something like that, and he wasn't going to abandon Kushina now that he was once again with her. He had asked Tomo to abort the child and swear to him that she wouldn't tell who the father was. Needless to say, when faced with the real Minato Namikaze, Tomo stated that she won't kill her child and that she will keep it, but she did promise not to tell anyone who was the father. She decided against it because it would only paint a giant target on her back, with Kushina wanting to take the shot. When her pregnancy became obvious to everyone and Tomo was forced to step down from her duties, she simply stated that the father of her child died during one of the battles, a common thing to occur in war, and she was left alone. Tomo delivered her child, ironically, the very same day that Kushina had delivered hers, on October 10th, giving birth to a beautiful boy with dark red hair and his mother's eyes. She named her son Masamune, and those were the happiest days in Tomo's life, as she fully dedicated herself to her son and was even planning to leave shinobi ranks to raise him. However, fate is a cruel mistress towards Tomo, and even now she decided to torment her. A few months after giving birth, Tomo had woken up, ready to feed her child, only to find her son in his crib, not breathing, and growing colder with every second. Shock and crushing realization set in Tomo quickly enough, yet she refused to admit it, as she tried desperately to have her son wake up, but nothing, not even Tsunade, was able to help her. In the end, Tomo was forced to admit that her son, her precious little child, and dearest person in her life, was dead. Nobody knew for certain why and how it happened, but villagers and shinobi alike quickly calling her child killer and such, with people like Ashina only adding fuel to that. For months Tomo was unable to find consolation and peace, grieving her son's death, blaming herself for it, and gradually succumbing to darkness and desire to end her suffering. Had it not been for Tsunade, who stayed in the village to take care of a poor woman, and Tomo's best friend Amagi, Tomo would have long ended her life. Instead, she decided to use that sorrow and grief and turn it into a flame that would burn her enemies alive, and with newly gained Manjutsu Sharingan, Tomo became fury personified. If before she was just feared as a dangerous enemy, then now she was feared as a vengeful spirit made flesh. She didn't hesitate, showed no remorse, and never held back in her battles, taking hundreds of lives, even killing Third Raikage and forcing Kumagakure to sue for peace. And in nearly all of her battles she made extensive use of her new Sharingan abilities, with the first one being called Takamagahara. This ability allowed Tomo to create a wide field in which her enemies would find themselves trapped and unable to do anything, not even take a breath. Everything within that field would be frozen, save for what Tomo wished to remain mobile, with not even Minato not able to escape such a trap. Third Hokage too fell into that trap before his head lost connection with the rest of his body. As for her second ability, it was something that was even more dangerous than her first ability, and she only used it a couple of times before. However, her usage of Manjutsu didn't come without price, only Tomo decided not to notice that she was performing at her best. Only after Tsunade had to perform a forceful examination did it come to light that Tomo's body was starting to suffer from effects of constant usage of Manjutsu. Her Senju blood had prevented her from developing blindness and made a Sharingan as strong as it could be, but the sheer amount of times she used it was enough to leave a mark on Tomo. Her chakra pathways and body were suffering from extreme pressure upon them and deteriorating her abilities. If she wasn't careful, Tomo would die from simply using her abilities, and so when the war ended, she ceased usage of her abilities. The only time afterwards she used her Sharingan was when she had trapped 9 tails in Takamagahara, and that one had landed her in hospital. Now Tomo wasn't even allowed to ever utilize her Sharingan, else she dies with near complete certainty. Finishing dressing up, Tomo fixed up her hair a little bit and walked out from the curtain and stepped closer to Tsunade. "So, this is it for me?" Tomo asked her, with Tsunade nodding to her. "Can't say I'll miss being a shinobi, if I'm being honest. Well, at least I'll have more time to spend on everything else. You could always ask to be put in the academy as a teacher. If anyone could teach those brats what it means to be a shinobi. Don't even think about it." Tsunade chuckled lightly when she heard that. "I had my fill of academy the first time I went there. I won't be spending the rest of my life teaching up and coming heroes of Konoha how to tie up their shoes. No, I think I really did have enough of shinobi life. Maybe it's time to see if there really is more to life than just service to the village that will throw you out like garbage the first time it gets the opportunity." "Since when did you become such a cynic?" Tsunade asked her. "Since I was born," Tomo answered. "Sorry if I don't preach the will of fire and speak about sacrificing oneself for the village. I like to practice what I preach, and following hollow ideals isn't one of those things. You know, that is one of the reasons why people try to avoid you, Tomo." Tsunade pointed out. "You would do well not to voice your ideas without caution, especially now. You have nothing to worry about, Tsunade. It's not like I'm the most socially approachable person, so you can relax." Tomo sighed as she moved towards the door. "Leaving for home, I hope?" Tomo clearly heard a small request in Tsunade's voice. "In a bit. I'll just make a stop before that," Tomo said, opening the door and stepping through. "I hope it's not in Naruto's room." Tsunade caught Tomo looking her in the eye, already understanding that she was on point. "Tomo, it's not normal for you, or anyone else, to be visiting a baby of your rival, especially when he isn't well. You know, rumors have already spread about it, and people are starting to think that you might be connected to Naruto's condition. And since when did I care about people's opinion?" Tomo asked Tsunade as they continued to make their way. "For most of my life people have been belittling, accusing, and blaming me for something. One more thing won't make much of a difference for me. And, as for that kid, I don't really see him as Kushina's son." And Tsunade tried to speak up, but the moment that time was rare. Tsunade, just don't. Tomo warned her before resuming walking. It's not about what you thought, and I must have spoken wrong. I don't see Naruto as simply Kushina's son, I just see him as a poor child that has seemingly been abandoned by everyone, including his parents. He is constantly under surveillance, and there are nurses and doctors monitoring his condition. Tsunade countered. I come to him twice a day to check up on him. Yeah, monitoring, checking up, surveying. Tomo shook her head. Tell me, how many of you have just come in and just sat there with him, kept him company? Maybe held his hand to make sure that he knows that he isn't alone? The answer is simple, none. Sorry if I come off as weird, but it just doesn't sit right with me. Tsunade, especially with his parents, not even bothering to be with him for more than a few minutes. Do please remember that Minato is a Hokage and that we've just been through the worst devastation of our village since its conception, and that Kushina is a feeding mother of two. Tsunade reminded Tomo. 3. Tomo said. Sorry? 3, not 2. Naruto too is her child. Tomo reminded Tsunade. I remember it all, yet Minato finds time for seemingly everything, including his wife and children if Amagi is to be believed, while Kushina doesn't even want to look at Naruto. Tomo, you realize that the kid isn't long for this world, right? Tsunade said in a saddened tone, with Tomo not reacting to it. We've done everything we could, I've tried every single medical jutsu I could remember, and yet nothing, not a single thing helps him. He is just dying, and it is devastating for both parents, and they are dealing with it however they can. By pretending that he is already dead and leaving him here alone to pass away in these cold, uncaring walls, surrounded by people who wouldn't even take time to sit with him. Tomo commented with a harsh tone. I know that he is not long for this world, Tsunade, and that whatever it is that kills him is beyond your abilities. I honestly don't know how he is still going, either through fate's perverse mercy or because of some other reason, but the least we can do for the kid is to make him feel better, make him feel cared for. Dying alone and without anyone around, that isn't a death I would wish for a child. When did you become such a good Samaritan? Tsunade asked her in a slightly annoyed tone. It's called decency and humanity, Tsunade. Maybe you should try it sometimes. It does wonders for a person and soul. Tomo retorted. Indeed it does. The two heard a soft voice ahead of them, making them stop and look at the person. Before them stood a stunningly beautiful woman with chocolate brown long hair reaching to her hips, with purple eyes, dressed in a dark kimono with crane motif on it, which hugged her very impressive figure snugly, while also wearing a light long open red coat over kimono. She had a soft smile on her face as she looked at her friend, who nodded to her, before bowing before Tsunade out of respect, with the woman in question simply nodding. This beauty was Amagi, Tomo's closest friend, and head priestess of goddess Inari in the local shrine temple, as well as the only priestess serving there. Little is actually known about Amagi's past, save for the fact that she had served as priestess of Inari for most of her life, and came to Konoha when she heard that the shrine there wasn't attended to, and was practically forgotten. Amagi managed to somehow not only gain citizenship, but also permission to attend and reopen the temple for the people, with no knowing how she managed that. Tomo too didn't know how she accomplished it, but what she did know about Amagi was that she is a sincere, peaceful, and respectful young woman that makes heads turn off nearly every man that sees her. And civilians none can compete with Amagi in sheer beauty, for she has a face of a goddess and a figure-fitting one, with Jiraiya having been caught trying to catch a glimpse of her outside of her usual kimono more times than he was peeping in hot springs. Even Tsunade was slightly jealous of Amagi, who had everything that was needed to conquer anyone she could have set her sights upon. Fortunately for the populace, or unfortunately, depending on the opinion, Amagi had little to no interest in romance, as she was dedicated to her calling and didn't want to abandon it. Not that she wasn't against a little bit of flirting and compliments, she simply once told Tomo that during her younger days she was quite a kitsune, with a soft chuckle followed afterwards. The way Tomo understood it, Amagi has had her wild days and now decided to put it behind her. Despite the fact that Amagi had literally no interest in most things shinobi and hidden villages, Amagi and Tomo quickly became friends, and without her, Tomo most likely wouldn't have recovered after losing her son. The two were a common sight in the village, with Tomo enjoying Amagi's company, and their talks about all sorts of things, from arts to religion and mythology, interests to which Tomo possessed thanks to Mito teaching her more than just how to kill, steal, and be a shinobi. Uzumaki Princess raised Tomo to be a culturally attuned person, someone who wasn't just a blunt weapon without any grace, but a graceful, educated, and spiritually rich person, even if Tomo didn't show it. Amagi was quick to discover Tomo's softer and more humane side, which brought them together, as Amagi was someone people would describe as having a bleeding heart for everyone. While shinobi in their vast majority weren't very religious or spiritually rich and interested in philosophy, religion, mythology, and so forth, Amagi wasn't the most popular person among them, often even being called a fool because of her beliefs in things like gods, yakai, spirits, ghosts, and so forth. Amagi wasn't really a skeptical level and doesn't mind people speaking like that. What she can't about is when people are trying to force others' beliefs upon others, caring not for the feelings of the important. And, as for the common people, Amagi is most definitely not just a very popular person, but a highly respected and even revered one. She is head priestess Minari, goddess of fertility, agriculture, were essential in peasants, traders, and other common folks' lives. She performed varying ceremonies, weddings, and so forth, so people loved her for both her role and for her persona. Overall, the population of Konoha was nice towards Amagi, in worse cases neutral towards her. Even the Uchiha clan, surprisingly for all, didn't dare to disrespect her. Many of the Uchiha clansmen had their own small shops and businesses in their own districts. They came to the shrine to pray for success and good fortune. It was, however, surprising for Tomo to see her friend here, since she expected her to be very busy with burial ceremonies, prayers for the dead, and so forth, not to mention rebuilding her shrine, if it was caught in the destruction. Amagi, I wasn't expecting to see you here. Are you alright? Tomo asked her. Were you and your shrine caught in the devastation? I'm quite well, all things considered. Thank you for asking, Tomo. I was fortunate that the shrine was some ways away from Ninetales' path of destruction, so the shrine suffered only superficial damage. I'll have it repaired in no time, once people are finished with their own works. Amagi answered. And here I thought you've already gotten yourself a brigade of simpletons repairing that temple of yours. Why wait when you can just ask for it to be repaired? Surely some rich businessmen will be willing to accommodate their favorite fortune teller. Tsunade snidely stated, with Tomo giving her a cold glare, but Amagi didn't seem to be fazed in any way at the insult. The people have far more important things on their mind right now, and it is not my place or time to distract them with my small-time problems, Lady Tsunade. Amagi retorted. And like I said, the damage is mostly superficial, and nothing was damaged seriously, so I count myself very fortunate, unlike so many others that are now without home or work, without someone here to. Then why don't you go and pray for those poor unfortunate souls, like you priestesses seem to always do all the time? Maybe you could also ask your deity to have them restored for life? I'm sure if you ask very nicely, that fox of yours will bring you back. Tsunade stated with blatant sarcasm in her voice. Tsunade Tomo was about to stop, but Amagi didn't let Tomo finish. Tomo, it is quite alright. It is true, and I pray for those that have died on that night, and even now, in my thoughts, I am praying for them to find their way to a better world. And it is unfortunate that they are gone, taken away prematurely, and in such a horrid way. Amagi stated to Tsunade. And if I could, I would ask for Goddess Inari to bring them back, but I can't, and I know that Inari doesn't hold that kind of power, and that Izanami governs over the souls of dead in Yomi, where they are headed, but I know that she too wouldn't grant me such a wish. Then what good are those gods, if they can't do jack about anything? Tsunade asked Amagi. Gods do not exist just to grant people their wishes, Lady Tsunade. Gods exist for a reason, that is their existence and purpose, just as we all do. I may be mistaken, but gods exist to govern a plane that is beyond us now, and to preserve the realm we reside in now. We may not see them, or even feel them, but that doesn't mean that they do not exist. Amagi started with a soft tone, yet confident in her voice. And would it be such a shock for the people to discover if they really do exist? We do have talking animals of the size that any normal person would consider abnormal and monstrous. Those are summons, and they are different from those yakai and spirits that you always spout about in your delirious. Tsunade was starting to get really riled up. Then she felt Tomo put her hand on Tsunade's shoulder, forcing the blonde to face her glaring relative. Tsunade, thank you for walking me, but I'll be able to find my way out. And you can tell Shizune not to expect me for dinner. I'll be staying with Amagi for a while, helping her clean up her shrine. Tomo made it clear that it wasn't up for discussion. Alright, just make sure that you and your friend do not disturb anyone, Tsunade said as she headed to perform her main duties, leaving Tomo to side and look at her friend. I'm sorry for her behavior. She still can't get over what had happened to Nawaki, and there are times when she feels like taking it out on someone. Tomo sighed again. While I do sympathize with her losses, I'm afraid that I don't quite understand her animosity towards me. I do not recall ever angering her, or that something connected to religion had played a part in the death of her little brother. Amagi noted. It's not about religion, or what you believe in, but more about what it reminds her. Tomo told Amagi, who looked at her with a question in her eyes. Nawaki, much like me, was closer to Mito than to Tsunade, and thanks to that, he gained an appreciation for all things supernatural, like with yakai and gods. Tsunade never liked that seeming obsession of his, and so now every time she hears about it, she gets reminded of Nawaki, and I see. Amagi understood what her friend meant. Let's change the subject, shall we? I see you are finally getting released. I wish I could welcome you for a quiet night together, but I'm afraid that it'll be quite hard for us to relax at the temple, at least for the time being. Why? Did something happen during the attack? Tomo asked Amagi. No, more like an aftermath of the attack. While many people have died, many more were left homeless and without much possessions on them. While the repair works have already started, it's the Shinobi District, clan estates, and strategically valuable areas that get priority to be repaired, Amagi stated to Tomo. And, as I'm sure you've seen yourself, over half of the civilian portion of the village was destroyed, and people that lived there now have nowhere to go. And so, given the fact that the temple and its grounds weren't damaged, I've decided to let those people stay on the grounds until they can go home again. You've turned the temple into a refugee camp for several thousand refugees? Tomo asked, with Amagi nodding to her. Won't Inari be against it? Well, I did say that, in order to appease the goddess, they would have to follow a certain set of rules, like cleaning the grounds, providing help when I needed, and other simple things like that. Amagi noted. And if goddess is displeased, I'm sure I'll be able to convince her that it was for the better of everyone, though I doubt it'll even come to it. Inari is a kind goddess, and isn't as temperamental as some other gods. You always speak about her, as if you know her, Amagi. Tomo noticed, with Amagi simply giving a small smile to her. I imagine the council appreciates your initiative. I hope they will at least compensate you for going through all the trouble. I don't know. Did Minato reward you for helping him stop the fox when he didn't ask you for help? Amagi asked, with Tomo understanding what her friend meant. I see. But at least the people will know whom to thank when their own supposed representatives have turned their back against them, Tomo said, as she continued walking. I think I'll still stop by, at least to see how things really are. Be my guest, Tomo, you are always welcome there. Forgive me for asking, but are you in a hurry to meet someone? Amagi asked her, with Tomo glancing at her. I've noticed that you aren't heading for the exit. Is there someone you want to see before you leave? There is? Tomo nodded to her. I'm not sure if you've heard, but while I was recovering here, I've started to pay visits to Naruto, Minato's, and Kushina's youngest son. Tomo said, with Amagi nodding to her. I know that it sounds kind of strange to do such a thing, but that kid, when I look at him, I can't just shake off the feeling that he feels lonely and is scared. Despite how he looks, you may just start calling me crazy now, Amagi. If acting sympathetic and humane towards those that for some reason are left alone when they are not well, then being crazy isn't so bad in my mind, Tomo. Naturally, Amagi didn't judge Tomo. I've heard about the poor boy and his strange illness. Many claim that it is a curse sent upon the child by the Bijuu for imprisoning him and his brother and sister. Lord Hokage and his wife haven't confirmed or disclaimed those rumors, so nobody knows for certain what is going on with him. Doctors and Tsunade don't know either, and the kid just seems to fade away with each passing day. He is getting weaker every day, and it appears that he might just pass away tomorrow or the day after tomorrow, if what I heard is true. Tomo said with sadness in her voice as they were nearing the child's room before Tomo turned to Amagi. Amagi, what do you know about the Shinigami? The gods of the dead and reapers of souls? They are creatures that reside in the realm of the dead, Yomi, and serve the goddess of death and creation, Izanami. They are charged with seeing the souls of the dead being sent to either hell or heaven, as well as collecting them from the mortal realms. Most of the time they operate outside of the reach of normal people, unseen by them. Amagi told Tomo. but I know of a few cases where they were purposefully summoned, but every summoning of the Shinigami is a certain death sentence because the summoner is killed by Shinigami afterwards. Tomo concluded. Amagi, do the legends tell of any way to summon a Shinigami but not die afterwards? Say, shift the price on someone else? Tomo summoning a Shinigami is always a one-way trip, no matter how you try to trick it. Amagi said in a serious tone of voice. I have heard of one legend where a man had managed to survive such a thing, but it didn't happen because Shinigami was merciful to him. The man in question had previously awarded himself off as Shinigami, but I do not know how he had done it. What I do know is that later on he had to bury his wife, as the Shinigami had taken her from him as a payment and because it felt slighted by being denied its price. Tomo, why are you asking me all of this? Being denied the prize I'm asking you because on the night of the attack, Minato had used the Reaper Death Seal, a sealing jutsu that summons a Shinigami to create a seal of incredible power. Tomo stated, much to the shock of Amagi. I know how to perform it too, and I know the effects, but that night Minato didn't die, but I have a feeling that it is Naruto who is paying the price now. It may very well be so. Shinigami are dangerous creatures to deal with. Is this the child's room? Amagi asked, with Tomo nodding to her before opening it. There, in a sterile clean room, strapped to the monitors, on a medical bed, lay a small unmoving child, with pale skin, closed eyes, and just barely seen breathing. He didn't wail, cry or even move a muscle, and just simply laid there. A dark red patch of hair with streaks of white adorned his head, with eyes shut, and it created the appearance of the child being asleep. Tomo knew that it wasn't the case, and that the child was simply too weak at this point to even open his eyes, as she moved closer to him, taking a seat near him, and very gently putting her right hand upon Naruto's little arm. He was colder than she remembered him to be, but every time she visited him, he felt colder than previously. Back when she first visited him, he still looked at her with his blue eyes, but yesterday he wasn't able to open them and couldn't move a muscle. Now he couldn't even react to her, but somehow Tomo knew that Naruto felt her presence. She looked at him with sympathy in her eyes before shifting her gaze at Amagi before freezing. Amagi stood just there, her mouth agape and tears coming to her eyes, hands shaking as she walked closer to the child. By the gods, how could something so cruel have happened to a child? Amagi asked in a shock, with her purple eyes looking directly at Naruto, as if seeing something that none could see. Amagi? Tomo asked her. What? Is there something wrong? Something wrong. This child has been branded by Shinigami, Tomo. Amagi almost shouted, shocking Tomo. This isn't just wrong, it is. It is monstrous. What do you mean? What does it mean, being branded by Shinigami? Tomo asked of her, with Amagi calming down a little, before quickly closing the door into the room. Afterwards, she stepped closer to Naruto, lightly putting her hand upon Naruto's stomach, before she began to chant. Tomo had heard her friend chant prayers and such before, but this one was different, and she could sense that something was going on that she couldn't perceive just yet. After a few seconds of chanting, Tomo saw how Amagi's hand glowed with unnatural golden light as she touched the child. The moment she touched Naruto, a dark unnatural cloud appeared all around him, with a kanji on his stomach being revealed to both women. Tomo looked at the kanji and nearly shuddered when she saw the shifting lines of that ethereal thing. This is the brand of Shinigami, one of the most horrific curses one can find in all of existence. Amagi told Tomo. Those that have been branded do not find their souls being sent to hell or heaven, but suffer a far worse fate. They become food for Shinigami, souls torn apart and devoured by the death gods. And Naruto's soul is nearly gone already to Yomi, to be served on the platter to the one who branded him. How did you know that it was there, and what was it all about chanting, and that glowing hand? It wasn't a jutsu, but it was something different. Tomo noted. I am no shinobi, Tomo, but those that think that world is inhabited by just those creatures that they know of are wrong in their assessment, and that is all I shall say on the matter at the moment. Amagi told Tomo. This child pays for his father's actions. Is there any way to have this brand removed or blocked from action? I know every seal created by the Uzumaki. There might just be Tomo who was hopeful that with this information, she would at least be able to help the child. I am sorry, Tomo, but once branded, there is no escape. The brand can't be destroyed, removed or passed on to someone else. Only someone of the highest planes of existence can remove something like this, and in this case, it would have to be the one who commands the Shinigami, Izanami. Amagi said with sadness in her voice, before looking at the child. I'm afraid that there is nothing that we can do, no matter what we try, and there isn't much time left for him. How long? Several hours, at most, I believe. Amagi said to Tomo. Then the least we can do to him is keep him company, at least so he wouldn't be so scared. Tomo said with a resigned tone, with Amagi agreeing with her, sitting next to the child. If only the two knew what was happening in the higher plane of existence. Different plane of existence. Yomi, land of the dead. Dark and inhospitable, where all that was living could not exist under any conditions, that was Yomi, the realm of the dead, and where all souls eventually found their way. It truly lived up to its name, for the realm thrived in shadows, plains where deadliest and poisonous grass grew, with trees wrecked with death, and where only creatures that are spawned here can survive. No living mortal should step into Yomi, lest they seek to remain here, only in the form of its occupant, or a ghost in other words, and not every god or goddess braves these lands. But the one who is walking down the road leading to the dark castle situated right in the middle of this endless and desolate realm is a tall man of godly physique, with long, luscious black mane of hair reaching to the middle of his back. His eyes were color of gold, with a third eye closed on his forehead, with 3 lines crossing it. He had a beautiful face of a man in his late 20s without a speck of flaw on his fair skin. His torso was exposed, revealing a body that any woman would drool over, with black pants and sandals covering his legs. He walked with a spear, or more specifically, a trident, in his right hand, made pitch black material, and with a golden central spear adorning it. He traversed the realm of Yomi long and hard ever since he departed from the realm of mortals, but he was now near his destination, and he was going to see his will be done. In front of the traditional-looking castle stood guard numerous ogre-like creatures, massive in size and easily dwarfing the man. Those were Oni, Yakai, created from evil, malice, and dark energies, and who resided here in Yomi, serving as punishers of the evildoers and those that deserved its fate here. They also were frequent terrorists of the mortal realms when they could escape from here, and more often than not, when people spoke of Oni being real, they really were. Armed with giant clubs, axes, swords, and all that was fit for their size and stature, a literal army stood watch before the castle, with its commander now approaching the traveling person. He was a red Oni with a white mane, dressed in armor of the samurai, and with a giant adachi for a weapon. He looked down at the traveler and bellowed down on him. What's this? A lost traveler? You are very far from home, pilgrim, and you should not have wandered here on your own. Oni spoke with laughter, while the man did not bat an eye. But it is good that you've arrived. My boys and I have been getting bored, and the mistress won't give us any drinks, so now we'll have you entertain us. If you provide us with enough fun, we might actually let you live. Other Oni laughed when the commander spoke, but then all of them went silent when the man spoke. I've come to see your mistress. Step aside, Oni. The traveler's tone indicated that he was serious. Huh? Or what, you think you can just come here and demand a meeting with our mistress without any care in the world? You think you threaten us in our realm? Let's see how you taste. The Oni commander already raised his sword and prepared to swing it, only to find his head cut off before anyone could even bat an eye, and when the severed lump of flesh hit the ground, the field was sounded with cries and shouts of pain. 2,000 Oni guarded the entrance into the castle, and it took 2/10 of a second of the stranger to cut through these beastly monstrosities. One such creature could be dangerous to deal with even for dozens of shinobi to deal with, and there were instances in history where Oni destroyed or literally ate entire clans of shinobi. But for this person, they were merely dust that tried to stop that tsunami. With his sheer will, he opened the great gates of the castle and stepped through them into the inner yard of the keep. It was there that he was greeted by the second line of defenders of this castle, an army of Shinigami, assembled and ready to destroy this invader. The stranger didn't stop and continued to move forward, despite the fact that not even most gods would want to face such a dangerous force head-on. The leading Shinigami stepped before the stranger and spoke in a grave-inducing voice. You trespass upon the domain of death, living one. There is nothing for you to gain here, only death which you brought upon yourself today. Shinigami stated to him. Whatever you wish to gain, whatever you sought to accomplish, know that all of it shall end in your infinite suffering for trespassing upon the lands of our mistress. I seek an audience with your mistress, Deathbringer. If you or anyone else wishes to stand in my way, then I shall not hold back. Stranger stated to them. My patience is running thin, as is the time of your existence. Step aside, or become naught, but memory. That riled up the Shinigami, and they had already prepared to launch themselves at the intruder when the invisible hand of their mistress stopped them. "The mistress, she will see you, the living one." At those words, the horde of Shinigami stepped aside and allowed the stranger his passage. The stranger continued his walk into the castle, doors opening before him, releasing a chilling wind, which didn't bother the man as he walked forward. It took him a minute to reach the great hall of the castle, where upon the throne sat the person he sought to converse with. Upon the throne, made what looked obsidian, sat an absolutely ebony white woman, dressed in black figure-fitting robes with short sleeves and cape. Her hair is long and made into a bun and 6 offshoots. Sclera of her eyes was black, while iris bloody red, with the eyeing the intruder. Dark red veins ran across her whole form, seemingly pulsating with power. A small smile was upon her as she looked at the intruder with no hidden amount of interest. She was the first one to speak. "Many eons have passed since you've last stepped into my realm." She spoke in a calm, welcoming tone. "Forgive my minions, they seem to have forgotten their manners before their betters. Especially one that is my blood and descent," she said with a smile, feeling the rippling sense of fear coming from the inhabitants of Yomi at her statement. "I came here caring not for their manners and etiquette. I have come here seeking your aid and your favor, Izanami." The stranger spoke to her, bowing his head. "My favorite? Now why would I ever deprive my grandson of my favor?" she asked rhetorically before she rose from her throne and walked to him. "Now, raise your head, Shiva, and tell me, what does the god of destruction and creation wish for the goddess of death and creation?" "I've come to you from Sekai, the realm where." Shiva instantly saw how Izanami's face twisted from anger at the mention of that world. Where Kaguya had gone, and where she, along with your brothers, had dared to upset the natural order of development. That realm still reels from the devastation they brought with their battle, and the consequences. I need not tell you just what the consequences are, don't I?" Izanami clearly saw how a flare of anger flashed in the golden eyes of her grandson. "I've seen and felt how my world suffered and nearly was destroyed when my mother and brothers had battled. I was the one that saved it and humanity from being destroyed. Do not remind me of it. And I have not forgotten the catastrophe that was Hagoromo's sons." Shiva clenched his trident a little harder. "Indra's pride, Ashura's carelessness, and Hagoromo's ignorance had plunged my world into a cycle of endless warfare and death, which saw mankind stagger and stop in their development. Even my people were destroyed in that mauling cycle, which saw my wife cry tears for 10 years, so do not remind me of the consequences, Izanami. I've come here to see that mess finally rectified," Shiva stated with conviction to her. "Oh, so you are finally willing to do it? I must admit, Shiva, I am a little surprised and shocked that it took you so long to get to this point," Izanami admitted to him. "Care to tell what caused such a sudden shift in priorities? You were once a supporter of their natural development, so to speak, but now have you realized that those mortals won't change themselves? Or have you seen the threads of fate weave into one outcome for them?" "All of the above," Shiva was admitted to Izanami. "As you are aware, I am capable of perceiving the possible outcomes of the future, and because of that, I've come to you, Izanami. Threads weave into one distinct ending for Sekai, and that is the death of humanity. No matter the variables, the outcome is the same, and it remains that way, for humanity, or rather, shinobi, will not change their ways, no matter how they try. Not even that man, Hashirama Senju, was able to change them, or change the cycle. All he had done was enlarge the scale and drag my descendants into that chaos. I am sick and tired of watching it go on, and I've come to break this wheel." "And how do you wish to break it, HM? What do you need from me? Permission to destroy it? Go ahead and do it." Worlds are born and destroyed throughout the cosmos all the time, and other gods will probably not even notice if that world gets destroyed, Izanami said without a care in the world. "No, you are not here to see it destroyed. You are here for something far more interesting, aren't you? Some time ago, in Sekai, there was an incident involving one of my brother's spawns, Kurama. You should have noticed a sudden torrent of souls coming in." Shiva spoke up. "Yes, that has occurred, and along with that, one of my Shinigami had been summoned in that realm by a mortal, yet failed to deliver me the soul of the summoner," Izanami noted, before giving him a knowing smile. "I'm aware that you were also observing that place, and that you've come here to seek to take what that Shinigami gained. I was not aware you were also paying attention to that," Shiva said. "I didn't, but the guest who arrived before you did inform me about it all," Izanami told him. Isn't that right, my dear Parvati? Shiva widened his eyes when he heard it, and then he heard soft footsteps behind him, making him turn around. Before him stood the most beautiful woman in all of Cosmos, one that had become his eternal companion and love of his life. Mother to his children, and female beginning to all of Uzumaki to his male beginning to Uzumaki, the embodiment of loyalty and love to one's family, along with warrior's spirit and mercilessness to all of evil. She stood just a little shorter than him, with purple like sakura long hair, with a flower on the left side of her, purple eyes gazing into his. She wears a blue blouse with golden embroidery and short sleeves, complemented by the same colored shirt that reaches to the floor. She flashed him a loving smile before grasping Shiva's cheek and speaking up to her husband. You've left with such haste and without saying a word that I was worried you would destroy half of Yomi upon your arrival. I was fortunate that our son had lent me his peacock and I was able to arrive here faster so as to hasten what you wished to accomplish. Parvati told Shiva, who stood motionless and was surprised. You were aware of my goals, Parvati? Shiva asked of her, with her nodding to him. Your thoughts are well known to me, and it is no secret that you grieve for the death of Uzumaki people, just as I do. Parvati said, with a single tear coming out from her eye. Not a moment goes by that I do not return with my thoughts to them and what became of them. They were swallowed up by the corrupted world and grinded into ashes because they were different from the rest of them and tried to break out of the cycle. Do not forget that I was there when my children fell and that it was I who claimed the heads of all those that dared to set foot upon our isle. Shiva and Izanami clearly saw how Parvati's eyes blazed with crimson red for a moment before returning to their previous color. And also their souls from me and my hounds, but I do not mind that. Knowing what fate awaited those arrogant shinobi that had dared to set foot upon the Yuzu was enough of a satisfaction for me to not demand recompense for being denied what was mine. Izanami chuckled darkly as she moved slowly throughout the hall. Now, let us get down to business, as the mortals like to say. What is it that you do, really? The soul of the child that was marked, Naruto Namikaze Uzumaki. It is being absorbed by your Shinigami. Shiva spoke up, with Izanami stopping, with her face displaying displeasure after hearing of it. I am prepared to grant you any recompense that would accommodate your wish. The matter isn't in just recompense, but rather in the fact that the part of soul of that child that was taken thus far has already been consumed by that Shinigami. Izanami stated to them, shocking both Shiva and Parvati. What? For the first time since coming here, Shiva allowed himself to lose what little self-restraint he had, which resulted in the entire floor of Izanami's castle being now cracked and damaged, but it was instantly repaired at the will of Izanami. The Shinigami in question was so irked and angered by what he considered to be a personal offense and felt that he didn't wait for the soul to fully reform in Yomi. Instead, he satiated his hunger upon it when it got here, piece by piece. Izanami informed them both. I only learned of it when I decided to check it myself. That upstart didn't even pretend to be sorry, relishing the flavor of that child's soul, and for that I ended his existence. I do not have any need in cruel sadists that care for their own pride than doing their duties properly. Unfortunately, it still means that the rest of the boy's soul is lost, and the last part that shall be arriving here soon will become food for my Shinigami. And even if I were to lift the brand off of him, he would still die mere days later, given the fact that his soul is so fractured and small. He would return here to be reformed, and then later unfortunate soul. Then, there is nothing to be done? That child, can't we save him in any way? Even if Parvati was starting to sound like she was losing hope, there is still something that we can do, Parvati, and we will. Izanami, lift that brand off of him. Shiva demanded of her, intriguing her with his conviction. The human soul may not long for the mortal world, but that doesn't mean and how would you do it, my grandson? Izanami. The same way that the Uzumaki people came to be in the first place, to grant him our blessing. Shiva stated to Izanami, surprisingly. The same way you've made Kagaya and her first husband, your children. We will adopt them. You would do this to that child, only to see your desires fulfilled, and to see that world changed? Izanami saw that her grandson had glared at her, implying that he was heartless. No, there is something deeper than that. Could it be that you feel guilty for not preserving your children and wish to atone for your sins through him? Would we go as far as to disregard the decree of other gods about our neutrality in the lives of mortals? Would you really break the established balance, Shiva, when you were the one who swore to uphold it? I swore to uphold the cycle of life, the infinite process of change and evolution of life. Sekai suffers from stagnation and cyclic existence that serves only further the system of death, destruction, and corruption. The people have lost their harmonious way of living with nature and can't even see the fullness of their world. Shiva said with a mix of sadness and anger in his voice. Parvati moved to comfort him. The so-called balance you've spoken about, Izanami, is a perversion of change and an aberration. My brother had believed that humanity and used it to come together, disregarding the fact that humanity wasn't ready to be entrusted with such power. His sons had turned the cycle of death. I've had enough of their mistakes destroying the world and humanity, and I have had enough of living with guilt and not saving my children. My last child now lies dying, and I will not abandon him. And strong words, just the things I would expect to hear from him. Izanami said to him with a small smile. Very well, I shall lift the brand, and I'll even help you too with your idea by adding a little bit of myself into your mix. That shocked them both. You will? But what do you stand to gain from it, Lady Izanami? Parvati asked her. A new grandson, from the start, and to give that poor soul a far better chance of surviving in that treacherous world. Not to mention someone I could spoil rotten like a grandmother. Izanami said at first amusingly, as she sat on her throne. But aside from that, I too would like to have my vengeance upon the destroyer of Unlike my former husband, I do not forget and forgive such things. And that child will be able to satiate my need for retribution, but even right now, I already what I have wanted for years, but couldn't reach. Izanami looked with a knowing eye at you would have me my brothers and their sons? Izanami Shiva was about to argue with her, but she interrupted him. You wish to have that child saved, and you've said that you would do anything for it, haven't you, Shiva? Then prove to me now that those were not just words, right now. I know that you've sworn off from touching your brother's souls and children, but we both know that they are still responsible for the chaos that plagues Sekai, and they continue to remain unpunished. At least, some of them still do so. Izanami said to them. Hamura's line has extinguished itself, and his soul has passed through my realm already. So that leaves you, Shiva, with only 3 other souls to collect for me. So what shall be your decision, my grandson? Shiva looked right in the eye of Izanami, reading a direct challenge to his convictions and determination, and there was a struggle between his desires and memory of the past. He had loved and respected his brothers, and when they were still young, he could never see himself do harm to them, but the times had changed, and he was forced to change with them. And then came Indra and Ashura. They had destroyed what little chance and hardened by plunging it into the chaos of war. Back then, only his love for Hagoromo had stopped him from decimating them both, and then later he had to serve, not just his own life, but many others. Now he was asked to prove that his decision was as the wrongs made right were strong in his mind. After millennia of indecisiveness and countless what needed to be done, he moved to the center of the room and connected through the cosmos with living beings. Even from Yomi, creator and destroyer god could sense and see the chakras of Hagoromo and his sons, as well as connect them directly. His search for them was short, as he found the reincarnations of Indra and Ashura, as well as the soul of his brother, seemingly scattered throughout all of Chakra that he had given to the mortals. Such a seemingly impossible task for most beings.
I'm ready to go. The question is, are you guys ready to go? If not, I don't know. Alright, but anyway, in today's live stream, we'll be using the new Gyutaro nerf to BDA, you know what I'm saying? Before, it was like pretty insane back then. But now, with this like new nerf, we don't know if it's actually still good. But in today's stream, we're gonna, you know, go ahead and give it a shot though, you know what I'm saying, man? Go ahead and monetize the live stream, be ready for it, put some music on, you know what I'm saying? And let's get started though, for real. Non-copyrighted Demon Slayer music. That's right, homies. Non-copyrighted Demon Slayer music. That's why I like it. That's why I like. I put this real quick like this, and yeah, homies. So the bounces, the passions are in the description. You guys want to take a look at that, and yeah. But I'm like this. There we go. And bing bada boom. Okay. Alright, homies. Let's get in there. Get started. And I'm putting on some. Let's see. What's the best Demon Slayer music I could use right now? The best Demon Slayer music. Let me take a look. Best Demon Slayer music. Let's go with the opening 3 beats. Yeah, this song is nice. I like this song right here. Yo, Mark, Aerox, Destiny, Potato Gamers, AV Void. What's going on, man? What's up, Adam? What's up, Normal Sus? What's good, bro? What's up, Jeremy? What's up, Shopa? How you doing, man? Hey, yo, but how you guys doing today, though? Best Demon Slayer song is Anime. What the heck? Whoa, buddy, whoa. Yo, Semi-Tai, how you doing, man? Great to see you, dude. Shay, MH Gamer, Soham, Trough, what's up, dude? But in today's stream, yo, man, we're gonna take the new nerfs Gyutaro BDA in DemonFall, and we're going to maybe some DemonFall ranked or something, or like kill some Kagactus, I don't really know. But let's go in there and get ready, and yeah, guys, what are you guys doing today, though? Or you can ults, maybe like a few, yeah, maybe like a few. Maybe a few. You can have the pro? Nah, bro, I'm not pro though. But I will show you some PC gameplay though. Don't worry, man. I'll show you some PC gameplay. Don't shoot on me. Just go ahead and let's see. All right, I'm prepared. I'm ready. Can I go in there and here real quick? Just you know, set up the stream stuff. 1 second, you know. Y'all doing good though? Let's see. Y'all doing good? Alexa, you doing good, bro? Anyone here? Y'all doing good or nah? Let me know what it is. Y'all doing good? Like 10 o'clock. Bro, nerf Kagaku and other bosses? For real. For real though, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, for real. Y'all doing good today? Let's see. Doing good? Yeah, good. Hey, dude. Let's see, man. Yeah, I'm doing good too. Doing good? Let's see. How you doing, dude? Doing good? Doing gaming? That's what's mine. I'm doing gaming. Should I remember? I think gaming's so good. I think so, at least. I don't know. I think Demon Slayer is like way better. Because we have the affinity pass and stuff. I don't know. You're doing good. I agree here. How's it going? Hey, Kill Leaf, how you doing, man? Bring back this like button. Hey, yo, what did everybody? Oh wait, I think this is the dislike button, right? Yeah. I don't know. Let's go into some ranked and showcase it. Alright. Let's get started though. I lose this. I ask this every time, but you gotta know though. I win or I lose. Okay, never mind. I won. I guess I won. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. I sub because you're doing good content. Oh, thank you, man. How you pronounce the username though? I always struggle. 1v1s? Yeah, we're doing some 1v1s today. And I think I might try to find some Gagakus or something. I don't know. Fighting kind of nice sometimes. I don't know. Gyutaro is like stronger than 4. Yeah, I've heard that like with Gagaki he'd be like up in 4 level. That's what I heard. I don't know though, but I'm gonna have to read the manga myself. I ain't gonna lie, dude. I want to read the manga. I might have to read the manga sometime today. Now, I think I'm too busy today. I don't know. Notice me getting any hell, Chia. Alright, let's go though, right? Alright, guys, ready? Let's go in there, start clapping, and does he know me? What did he say? He said something like, I can't see his chat. What did he say? He said something. Yeah, wait, he's a bald guy. What did he say? High stream? He said high stream. Yo! That was good, dude. Execute bugs? Execute bugs? Is that for me as well? Hey, I didn't hear about the execute bug though. What's the execute bug that people have been talking about though? What is it? What is it? Is it like when you get like infinite HP or something? Is that the bug or something? I don't know. I've been seeing people with infinite HP these days, for real. And like it's crazy. Ooh, come on. 1, 2, 3. This, maybe. 1, 2. Yeah, like this. Hey, bro, Utah brigade. You know what? It do slap though. Look, like for real though. It still be slapping though, for real. Look at that Utah brigade. For Slayers, you can definitely still clap. I'm not sure if I can. GG's, hey bro. I like bald. I like bald. I like the bald avatar. You know what, dude? I like the bald avatar. I like that. Hey yo, free win for you though. I don't play ranked that much. That's why I'm giving free win. Gyutaro was sick, yeah, for real. But you know what, guys? Let's actually take a look at the Gyutaro nerf. Like, what's going on here? Let's see. I just want to notice myself. So basically, the Gyutaro I-frame move no longer stuns the enemy. Yeah, but back then, no, it's just stun the enemy, pretty sure, right? And it was crazy, but it still does damage. It doesn't stun the enemy, right? It doesn't stun the enemy. Let me try that out first, okay? Let me try that out. I think this is red, baby. I know that Gyutaro projectiles can't come with stun. I know that because I tried it before, and like I noticed there's a huge difference when with this right here. And yeah, so that's pretty much it, I believe. Gyutaro moves no longer can be used. This was just a fix, and yeah, that's the thing right there. There you go. Alright, let's go in there and clap though. Why is Kyle just spamming, bro? What the heck is this? What is this? I can't kill because it's bugged? Oh shoot. So like basically Slayers can't execute. Is that what's going on? Is that the bug right there? Like basically I don't know. I ain't gonna lie, I don't know. I don't know, homies. I don't know. Yo, Alex, what's up, dude? Yo, Arox said, or did I ever mention how much I appreciate you breathing? Yo, first form, Arox, I love you. I love you, dude. Bro, like, for real though, there's some, yo, Nicelo's here. Listen, Nicelo? Yo, Nicelo, you here, bro? Ain't no way. Alright, let's go in there now, bro. Let go. Favorites? Oh shoot. That chat's going crazy. What the heck's going on though? What the heck's going on? The spam is crazy today. Or I went to the dentist today. Oh, for real? I went to the dentist today? How was it though? How was dentist? I subscribed to you when you're at 4K subscribers, remember? Dude, you're actually like OG though, for real. Ain't getting Capo, you OG. What's the guys, at what sub count did you guys sub at? Let me know. Does anybody know why I can't kill demons in the first quest of storyline? They talking about the star demon? I have no idea why, but I heard it's like a bug, right? It's like a Slayer execute bug. I don't really know what's going on, I ain't gonna lie, but I don't know. Bro, I've been playing for 2 days and this is what's going on? What's going on right now? What's going on? People spamming now, for real. People spamming. Bug breathing 69th form. Execute bug. Or the game isn't updated yet? Nah, don't worry though. Some of the stuff is here though. Some of the stuff is here. We got like, I know the private server is already here even though it says 2.95. This is already here. This is already here. The premium beef is already here. I'm pretty sure this is not in the game yet. I'm not sure about fixes or kicking explosive blood. And And yeah, but some of the stuff is already out.
So we've got a builder bust where you're finally making me use spin. And honestly, I think that's a good thing. And you're probably wondering, Eclipse, why the hell would it be a good thing to be assigned spin? That spec is horrendously awful, and there's no reason to use it. And we don't wait out here. So you're in for a bad time, my friend. There's a good reason why spin sucks. Thank you for going directly through my opponent. Got to appreciate that. I don't even want to know. Come on! Come on! No! He's gonna rock. Oh, no, he's just gonna do that. Alright, well. What the hell is this? What? Huh? What am I playing against? Is he an alien? What? Are you from the moon? Why is your connection so bad? This isn't real. This isn't real. Oh, come on. Did it have to be SCR? Like, it could have literally been anything. And it was SCR. Anything in the game would have been better. He quit. Okay. So, got a little bit off track there. Why is it good that I got spin finally? Well, I think the biggest reason is that I don't have much of any spin on this channel. Like, I don't use it. It just doesn't happen. And because I don't use it, and I've basically never talked about it, sometimes I say, oh, spin? Yeah, it sucks. And then that's literally the extent of it. The extent of it is, oh, spin? It's terrible, don't use it. So that kind of doesn't really get a good grasp as to why spin is bad. Just saying it sucks isn't really very helpful, is it? I can't imagine it is. But the reason that I'm happy I got it is because now I can talk about it. Only problem is I wanted to make a whole video dedicated to spin. And, well, this isn't it. This is just me beating people up because I'm a bad person, you know? So it is what it is. There will be a video solely dedicated to spin, I promise. It'll be talking about all the reasons that spin is awful because it's awful. But this one, we're just gonna be playing KCR. That's literally it. I'm playing KCR because spin doesn't really add anything here. It just doesn't. There was the person who commented the thing was like, oh yeah, spin, it'll add a projectile and that'll help KCR. And I'm out here like, what? Honestly, was very lost as to whatever the reason for adding spin was. I really don't know. I just completely butchered that guy, and I honestly feel bad about it because I was just autopiloting and talking the entire time. And he's not happy about it in the slightest. That's a non-prestige 3. Too bad I'm not playing bingo, huh? The thing I think a lot of people are gonna yell at me about, surely, this guy has spin star platinum the world. That might be a little bit questionable. Oh! Yeah, I forgot the correct bind to deal with that, not gonna lie. Well, that's a pretty good thing to have. Ooh, yeah, saw it. That didn't work. Catch. Got him. But the thing that a lot of people are going to yell at me about, and I know they're going to yell at me about it, is the fact that I'm not using... No. The fact that I'm not using any spin charge. People are going to yell at me. They're going to be real mad. They're going to be like, Eclipse, you're not using spin charge. You're not getting any of the spin buffs for spin charge. You're not doing extra damage, and it's driving me nuts. And you know what? It's on purpose. Because charging spin does nothing but hurt me. I promise. Every single time I try to do it, I get hit. I try to focus on charging spin, and it does like 5 extra damage total. 5 extra damage is not worth it. It just isn't. So I've gotten to the point where I no longer bother. I don't charge spin when I play spin. It sounds weird, but you don't have to. Like, there's no reason to charge spin. And this guy is dead, and I kind of eviscerated him. But you know what? Let's try to think about this for a little bit. Why did the person who suggested spin for KCR suggest spin for KCR? Because quite honestly, I don't know the answer. I really don't have a clue. And I wish I did, but I don't. Also, I can already tell that this is going to be an absolute blast. Spoiler, it definitely will not be an absolute blast. Yeah, gotcha. I knew he was gonna do that. Nope. He's just gonna die to barrage. That's how we kill him. Oh wait, I can just do this, can't I? Well, that's unfortunate. Oh my god is right. He's really gonna kill me. I don't know if he'll win, but it hurts. I'll tell you that for sure. That's right. I'm just gonna barrage him a bunch of times. I think I will do that here. And do the KCR. This is good gameplay, right? This is what you like to see? He's gonna do the heavy punch. Why did you use the move with like the most possible end lag? Yeah, I knew you were gonna do that. I knew you were gonna do that. This guy is the most one-note person I've fought in a while. Now that I've got the flowchart down pat, yeah, exactly. It's just gonna be Barrage City. We're gonna barrage until the game is over. You ready for Barrage? You were not ready for Barrage. Your cheese ends here. Go ahead, attack me. Oh boy. Oh boy. That's gotta hurt. Why does he keep doing that? If I just wait until I see it, then he gets hit. Nope. Denied. Back to playing KCR. He's vampire, so I can just sit out here, and this burns his blood bar. He looks like he's having fun. I forgot about Golden Skin, the worst part of Spin. God, I hate the fact that you need to do that. It is so frustrating. It is unbelievably annoying. Almost as annoying as this Hermit Purple player. Gotcha. Alright, well that was an extreme chore of playing against cheese, but the game is over. Good riddance. Moving on. So we didn't really answer the question in the last match because, well, I had to try. But what it comes down to is this guy not playing. Why? Why are you not playing? Why would you queue into 1v1s and not play? What is the point? What does this accomplish? Somebody, please tell me. What does this accomplish? We didn't have a single interaction. I didn't hit this guy one time. I walked forward, I pulled out my stand, and they said, I'm not playing. Is KCR really just a, oh, I'm not playing button? Because tons of people play this. If you are gonna quit every single time you see KCR, you're not playing YBA 1v1s. It ain't happening. You're gonna go in here, and you're gonna run into KCR, you're gonna quit over and over again. Did you do that for SCR too? I mean, I should do that for SCR, but like, you'll never play. Okay, take 3. Well, you can't do that, sorry buddy. Yep, no. Wasted my time erase, unfortunate, but this guy's cheese is not gonna be working out today. Oh, it's more vampire, huh? Go ahead, hit me. Oh man. Oh man. Oh man! That's okay, this is punishable. Yep. Fun fact, if you're too close, that's a punishable move. Don't know how many people knew that, but if you didn't, now you do. Yeah, that's the end of this guy, and he's complaining about lag. Oh, I gotta speed round it. I gotta speed round it. What does KCR gain from Spin? Not a whole lot, because all that stuff that they would normally gain, they get from like using boxing. The only thing it really gets is Steel Ball, which is an okay projectile. It's not like phenomenal, but it's also not bad. It's just all right. Only problem is, well, that one projectile isn't worth everything else. Spin punch is awful. Everyone knows it. That guy was in the floor. No big whoop. Double spin balls. It's okay. It's honestly a pretty good stun, but the fact that people are never going to get hit by it, and sometimes it just doesn't work because people don't come back, is kind of a problem. People don't come back. That's not the right word. The steel balls don't come back, which it isn't good, is this the takeaway. It just is not a very consistent stun, and nobody's ever going to get hit by it, so what's the point? He's going to die. I need to wrap up. Damn it. But the thing that always drives me kind of nuts when it comes to Spin is Golden Skin just, it's not good. Like, Golden Skin equals bad is usually the takeaway. It's not very good, and I don't understand how they managed to make it so terrible. Sometimes it boggles my mind how they made something so awful as Golden Skin. Like, could we not have had just a simple damage reduction applied on? Why did they need to have whole golden skin is. I don't get it. It's always gonna be lost on me forever. If there's one thing that I'll never understand about Spin, it's why is golden skin the way that it is. A lot of Spin reminds me of playing boxing, but without the, like, good parts of boxing. That's not very descriptive. But you have a projectile, which obviously boxing doesn't have, but you also have a pretty good stun. I mean, multi-steel balls is a solid stun move. It really is. So, why do people keep dying? No, seriously, look me in the eyes. Why do they keep dying? I'm gonna be thought out throughout the entire video. I've either had random nonsense come up, had to sweat really hard because I ran into someone just like blatantly trying as hard as they can to hold like this. Alright, well, that's fine with me. Oh, I'm an idiot! Did I really get by that? Unsubscribe from the channel. Version 2.0. That's me right now having to play against this guy playing Tuskegee 4. But you know what? There is a silver lining. I take it back. I immediately retract the statement. I was gonna say that the silver lining this guy's actually pretty good, and seeing good Tuskegee 4s makes me smile, and then they tried to do that. Why? Why? Why would you buy Wormhole Uppercut? Why? People out there that play Tuskegee 4, don't buy Wormhole Uppercut. Don't do it. Please. For the safety of everyone that you've ever known and will ever know, stop buying Wormhole Uppercut. It's horrible. It's so bad. It is one of the worst moves in the entire game. It's unforgivable how terrible Wormhole Uppercut is. Look at that! Does that look good to you? It doesn't look good to me! I think I'm gonna lose to the Tuskegee 4, I'm not gonna lie. You're probably asking, how are you going to lose to the Tuskegee 4? And my answer is, quite honestly, I have no idea, but it's gonna happen. It probably has something to do with the fact that that keeps happening. You are just boggling my mind right now as to why you keep doing that. Can you use wormholes for me? Please use wormhole nails. Thank you. That doesn't really help me though, because I keep trying to use this stupid stun because I'm an idiot. Why am I so dumb? That's the question of our time. I keep asking myself and I'm still yet to get to the bottom of it. The answer of why Eclipse is so stupid evades all of us to this day. The world may never know. Kind of like the fact that this guy keeps trying to use Wormhole Uppercut because I guess he hates himself. I really don't have any clue. I think he's figured out the fact that I have like no way of dealing with block at all. But that's the catch. I still don't have a way of dealing with block. Nope. Why would you do that? Oh, I was hoping I'd take a leg. Oh, that's good. I killed him. That means I might actually have a chance. He's gonna sit and block again because I know this is what you do against Spin. The options are absolutely nothing. You just sit there and block because the opponent literally cannot hit you. Like there's nothing they can do. You really just ran forward, dashed, and then blocked. That's what I'm dealing with right now. Really, really. Like that's actually what's going on here. Time for him to sit and block for... I am the greatest. I am the worst. Everything always goes down so quickly. Do wormholes. You weren't supposed to cancel it. Whatever. It is what it is. Thank you for the damage. Art Immortal Chaos, if you're watching this, dude, you're not bad. But your use of wormhole uppercuts, oh boy. Just, please stop that. Pretty please for all of us, stop that. This is just Block City. And it's not Block City anymore because you are dead. Holy crap, that took forever. And he's complaining about M1s in YBA. I'm playing KCR. I have one move. So, question of the day. Is it a build? Is it a build? I don't need to answer that. The unfortunate reality here is that anything you could have given me with the attached spin asterisk would have been a bust. Because spin in of itself is so heavily flawed that it's just not worth it. Like I already said, I'm gonna make a whole video dedicated to spin. But really the TLDR of that video is gonna end up being spin ball sucks, double spin balls sucks, and spin punch sucks. And that's all of your moves. And then that gets contrasted by the fact that your passive, which is golden skin, is just whack. Why do you have a move that you need to use to have the damage resistance? It doesn't make any sense and I don't understand it. The amount of times that I forget that I need to use golden skin because it's such an awkward mechanic as compared to everything else in the game. Why can't it just be on by default? Why? Anyways, KCR carried me today. Thank God that this was linked with KCR and it wasn't like Beach Boy. So I got to be carried by KCR's good tools while also laughing at how bad all of the spin moves I had were. That's pretty much it for today's video, but before I go, I do want to talk to you guys about just clicked on. But seriously, I put a good amount of time and effort into some videos I upload on the channel that aren't YBA, and YouTube doesn't push them because it doesn't like that. I know a lot of people don't like shooters, and I used to upload a lot of Battlefield, and I'd tell people to watch them. I don't like Battlefield, so I'm not going to watch it. But I don't only play Battlefield. In fact, I haven't played it in a while on the channel. Recently, I've played some matches of Mario Kart with some of my friends, and I think they're some of the best videos on the channel, or at least some of the funniest. So if you want a good laugh, watch some friends having fun, go ahead and check out those videos. I'll leave one of them in the comment section below. And with that being said, I am done here, so have a wonderful day or night wherever you are, and I'll see you next time.
We got Sayori, and let's do the last spin, and if you don't get something better, then we just wasted our Hana, whatever it was called, the Hana, the guy who gives you the sword, that was his plan, but oh my god! What? Dude, I'm not even kidding. What is this? Alright, so in today's video, what we're going to be doing is going from noob to all the way to becoming the water breather himself, Sabito. The things we need for this video is obviously, first of all, the Sabito mask, and I did buy the merch. DLC, so let's see if they have Sabito's there. And guys, before we get into this, you guys can see we're currently at 131,000 subscribers, and we're trying to reach 140 by the end of December, which will be the end of the year. So make sure to subscribe if you guys haven't for more DemonFall content. Make sure to just share the channel with your friends if you already subscribed. But without further ado, let's get into it. Alright guys, now we're in the game. What we gotta do is obviously start a new history, so we're gonna get into it. Alright guys, now that we're in the game, first of all, what we gotta do is get Sabito's like oranges, like I think around there. Yeah, that's basically Sabito's hair color. Now what we gotta do is find Sabito's hair. I think that's pretty close to it. Let me check. I think that's yeah guys, I think I'm just gonna rock with that because that one's the closest one to Sabito. And now for his eyes are like kind of like that. No, not like that. We're gonna try to find his eyes. Alright guys, I think that's pretty close to his eye color, and what we need is silver. Yeah, right there, that actually looks like Sabito, no cap. That actually looks like Sabito's eyes. You guys see it, like whitish silver eyes, like that actually looks super cool. Now my man does have a scar on his face, and I don't think you can get scars in this game, can you? For nose, I think any nose is good. Let me check his nose again. He has a mark on the right side of his nose, so something like maybe like this. Yeah, no, that doesn't work. I think we're fine with that. That actually looks really nice, and I think he just had a smile on his face when Tanjiro cut his mask. So for his mouth, we're gonna go for a smile. Bro, oh my god, every video, bro, this mouth just looks funny on everyone. It just looks creepy as hell, but we're gonna go for a subtle smile. I think right there, is that good? He did have a mark under his chin, so I think that, yeah, that's Sabito's smile. That actually looks like Sabito. Guys, we don't have to worry about the clothes because I'm gonna use Giyu's what do you call it, Hiyori, but I think he just had, oh, right there, yeah, that's actually Sabito. Ain't no way, those are Sabito. I already found Sabito's. Yo, we look like Sabito, and obviously our gender is gonna be male. Yeah, let's switch over to male. And I think he had like around that skin color tone. Yeah, he did a little bit. He was a little bit lighter, I think, on the skin part, but I think right there, not too pale, not too dark, but right there, I think like we're not even in the middle, like a little bit to the left right there. I think that's pretty good. And for family, we don't actually need a family because I'm pretty sure in the anime they don't tell which family he's from, or he's not associated with any family. But we do have Kocho, but I'm gonna spin that off because I just want to try a new family. Okay, we're only gonna use these 3 normal spins for the next video, which was the Giyu one. If you guys get this video to 500 likes, I will do Giyu. And what we're gonna do for Giyu is, oh my god, we got a Haga Nazuga. What is that? I'm gonna check this out real quick. All right guys, for this clan, it's basically you don't need money to forge items, and you're 5 times or sell price. So that, I think this clan is really good for yen farming. Like, yeah, this is like one of the best clans from yen farming, and you don't need money to forge item, which is a dub. But I think I'm gonna just spin this family off because it doesn't have any like decent buffs. I know it might be a stupid thing because we might not even get her 2%, but you know what, I'm going all out, and let's see what we get on our second spin. Hopefully something better. Let's see. Oh, we didn't get, okay, we got Sayori, and let's do the last spin. And if you don't get something better, then we just wasted our Hana, whatever it was called, the Hana, the guy who gives you the sword. That was his plan. But oh my god, what? Dude, I'm not even kidding. What did this video become? Are we becoming Giyu or Sabito? What? How did we get Tomioka, bro? There's absolutely no way I got Tomioka. What? I'm going for water breathing too. We're gonna get 11th one, but we got Tomioka with Sabito, bro. The chances of that happening is so low. How did I get Tomioka? Everyone in the comments, right? What do you guys think, bro? Cause what? I am so surprised and I'm so happy, but we're gonna finish up, and I'm actually happy that I spun the what do you call it, the Haga clan or whatever. We got Tomioka, which is a dub, 1%, by the way. Alright everyone, we're in the game, and it says I shouldn't have taken some that long to get woodlogs, but we kind of look like a girl. But what we're gonna do is wear the mask, and we do have the mask. And oh my god, bro, I actually look like Sabito. And what if I wear Giyu's? Oh, okay, that just makes me look like Giyu. I don't think I'll wear the Hiyori, but without the Hiyori, I actually look like Sabito. We are actually Sabito. Look at this, bro. Like, goddamn, even the eyes, bro. That's actually clean. Alright, we made it back. There's our sister, and there's our father back there. And here's my other sister, I guess, and she just chilling, bro. She's just having the time of her life. And here we have the one and only demon who killed our family, and we're gonna break his ankle. You know what? This video, I'm gonna break his ankle twice, and then I'm gonna get the sword, because, bro, I just feel like just using the sword, because this is gonna look really cool with Sabito. And let's see, battle. Yup. What's up, my boy? What's up? Yup, there we go. Easy. That's 2 times, right? Yup, I did it 2 times. I want to grab the sword. I want to see how cool I look with Sabito with the sword. That actually looks pretty clean. And boy, shut the heck up, bro. Don't even come to me, bro. I don't know what he was thinking, bro, but yeah, that man's gonna get clapped. He's literally just gonna get clapped. Oh my.